Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective. Welcome to another show. It's been a while. I've been taking care of a few things around here. Uh, it's been chaotic. My place isn't nearly as chaotic as the what's going on in this country, but it has been rough. But got a lot of stuff to talk about. Want to wave my hand at the folks that have joined me over here. Of course, I got 12B. Good to see you, Jeff B. Good to see you. Margot was first in the house. Uh, hi, Donna. How you doing? C is here, and let's see, Donna Daly again and again and again. Margot again. Look, Disabled Vets Perspective is here. All right. Duke Rawl is in the house. All right, we got a few people hanging out. Northern Tiger just jumping in here. Thank you very much for the diamond. Shanty Shuffer Bear, Carmageddon, welcome. Good to see you. Um, yeah. SS Deathshed, how you doing? Old Broad, welcome. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed that some people are kind of pissed around the country right now. Uh, we got a situation in Minnesota, or should I say Minnesota? Don't you know? Um, we have all seen the video. American Mindbender, how you doing? We have all seen the video with the cop all nonchalant with his hands in his pockets, putting his body weight on the neck of a man that was already in cuffs and completely and totally subdued and begging for his life. Drop it like a Scott. How you doing? And even though he was begging for his life, telling him he couldn't breathe, they just stayed there until they killed the guy. And then, they get him to the hospital and they declare his death later on. So I guess trying to take the target off of the police that did wrong. Well, I am with everybody else. I saw the video. That was at the very least, it would be manslaughter at the very least. But I think it can be cranked up from there because the guy's attitude with the hands in the pockets and I'm just going to stay on this dude's neck until I feel like getting off. That's the kind of crap that takes it up a notch. But like I said, I agree with everybody that this is a bad deal. Great Informer, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. What's up, Patriots? Please come over to the Clout Hub. It is a new free speech platform that has video hosting and posting capabilities. Cool. All right. Well, we'll be looking into it because we always need more avenues. Yep. Anyway, so the investigation has started, and prosecutions, I'm sure, will come. 4 cameras from 4 independent video sources are going to be used in the investigation, and it's going to be pretty damn hard to argue that there was some serious criminality in there. Now, that being said, this idea that every cop is a bad cop because of these kind of things is absolutely annoying as hell. There are 2 videos online of cops telling other cops, knock the shit off. They are former military telling them, this has got to stop. Christy Letford, a cop started those fires. I'm going to be talking about that. It's come out that they even worked together at a nightclub. Huh. Okay. TJ, welcome. Where else do I go? Debbie 19 over here in D Live. Thank you for the ice cream. Appreciate you. Lisa Believe, God bless veterans. Thank you. God bless you too. Anyway, so we've got to stop this all cops are bad thing. There are some bad cops, but there are some bad everything. There are some bad apples in the orchard, and everybody keeps doing this crap where they say, oh, that person's bad, so everybody around them's bad. If you think about it, it's the same kind of thing going on with media. Oh, that white person's bad. All white people are bad. That's the way they do things. It's just putting everybody into a box with one idiot. And thank you, Northern Tiger, for posting my links. Appreciate that. If you have not, please go over and join my D Live. My numbers are cranking up over there, and eventually, you know, there's still a thread on YouTube, but we won't be here. Zombie 5 Dumpster, how you doing? Yeah, sorry about that, Zombie. Yeah, I've been taking care of some stuff. I'll go into what I've been up to here in just a minute, but I just wanted to get this topic of this police officer at the top of the show. I want to get this out there. Everybody knows that I support all of the services, all of them. If you are willing to sign your line and give an oath to protect the Constitution, then you have all of my support, my love, and my care right there. So I will not be doing any cop bashing. What I will be doing is a person bashing. I don't care if he's got a badge on or not. He's a person. And this guy did wrong. The cops that watched did wrong. The people that had their damn cell phones did wrong. And when I say that, what I mean is I signed an oath to protect people, to protect people's rights under the Constitution. If I see a situation like that where a cop is killing a man, I am going to confront the cop. I will not worry about my own consequences if it means saving the life of another person from an unnecessary, unprovoked death. If the man had a gun and was pointing at the cop, I would step in and defend the cop and put a gun on the person that held the gun towards the cop. In this case, I would have pushed the police officer off of the man and saved his life, regardless if it was going to mean that I would be arrested or so, whatever. People have got to stop this spectator sport shit. If you see somebody being killed, get your ass in there and save the life. Don't worry about the hits on your YouTube channel and all the other garbage. Save a life. There's an extra blessing in life. There's an incredible reward that you get, even if it's just in your soul, that you get from saving a life. I have saved many people in my time. I've brought people back from death because of knowing CPR and acting quickly. And it is an incredible feeling to see somebody's life go and then to see it come back because of your hands. It's, you know, the society that we live in right now is approaching pathetic. Many videos out here now where you've seen mobs attacking a single person for no reason, and everybody's just walking by with their cell phones. This is insane. You feel better, Alex? You sound like you've had a cold. Pray you feel better. No, I had a nose job done. You know, I had a massive deviated septum, and I had that done. And sometimes when I'm outside and I spend the day sweating out in the heat, next day I end up with like what sounds like the sniffles or whatever. But no, I'm good to go. It's just my new nose, getting used to it and all that. But if I was witnessing that horrible event happening, I would have interjected. Yeah, TJ, that's what I'm saying. There are people like us out there that will. And, you know, there are no consequences that would threaten me into standing aside because I do things to protect others as opposed to myself. Too much evil going on in open. Important to remember how and why. Many troubled veterans and folks. Love and kindness is needed for all. Mama B, you are so right. Donna Daly. Hey, Jeff. B again. Good. Michael Burns, how you doing? Propus is in the house. Good to see you. All right. Just saw John X Army video of white officer started breaking windows at the auto parts store. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get into this guy. Um, there's something here. Blue Lou, nice to see you. Oh, nice nose. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'll keep it. Um, no, it was weird. I couldn't breathe through my nose for oh, since I was a kid, so it was very weird after surgery to go, and all of a sudden the air was moving through there. It was really kind of bizarre. American Mindbender, CNN reporter getting arrested, real or fake? Uh, have not heard. Keep me posted. I haven't gotten to everything. I'd like to be able to have a wall of monitors so I can just watch all the news and have everything all at once. But I know I'd probably blow up like a zit if I had that much coming in. John, I would have a tough time watching a man get choked to death. As I warned the cops, he is, well, that went bye-bye. He is bleeding and passing out. I would have rushed to pull the cop off, but be very passive as they arrested me. And that's what I'm saying. That you will get arrested, and they will call it assaulting a police officer. They'll do all that crap, but you have saved a life, and you will have your day in front of the judge to explain yourself. And with the other video cameras and phones being used, you also have a legitimate defense. I agree. Driver Like a Scout says, I agree. I have knocked the officer to the curb, but most are fearful that they will be arrested as well. Yeah, fear is an incredible motivator to keep people from acting. Chris Link, how you doing? I don't know what I could do in a case like that. I mean, I would want to take out the cop, but realistically, I'm old and not even 5'2". Well, you can, old broad, there are a lot of reasons why we can't do stuff, and a lot of self-doubt, and it's understandable because that's just people. That's who we are. But you could go up to the cop and you could move him. You could tell him, get off of that man. Or, you can be a verbal aggressor as well as a physical one. Me, I would have pushed him off of that man to save his life. But even if somebody just gets up against him and says, look, move, you're killing the man, anything that could be done to step in. America needs peace. Yes. Yes, it does. The world needs peace. All right. I'm going to go into the guy with the black umbrella here, and then I'm going to tell you what I've had going on in the last week. You'd be shot. Recognition. Arrested. Well, you know what? When you are a person that is willing to sacrifice your life for others, then, maybe sacrificing again is not that big a deal. I don't know. I don't have the answer for everybody. I know what I would do. It's a felony to touch a cop or hit him. I understand that, but it's also a felony to murder somebody. The people doing the rioting are on the verge of awakening. They just need to hear something aside from the mainstream. Yeah. Unfortunately, our laws are swamp rigged. Right. My wife and dog attacked by feral dog. Oh, I hope that they're okay. Prayers are for you for that. Yeah, that sucks. In Dallas, you get arrested for saying Jack to a cop. Believe me, I've been there and done that. Yeah, I know. The laws are not designed for the law-abiding citizen. They're designed to incriminate the law-abiding citizen. You can't win every battle, but you can fight at least to make an attempt at it. American Mindbender, there's a Twitter account that is going live inside Minnesota. I can type it in if you wish. All right. Well, you can do that if you want. There are a lot of YouTube videos doing it too. Anyway, so this deal with the guy with the black umbrella that came through, busting out the windows in the auto zone. Check out my phone call with Dave, cold phone. That's me, Mama B. Forgive my cursing, but sometimes necessary. Yeah. Well, I understand. All the people there should have suddenly rushed the police by surprise enough to create distraction. Then two others should have wrap the elbow around the cop's neck. No, I mean, I can hear your frustration in that, but you cannot become a life-threatening aggressor, or you will be exterminated. But you can nudge. So, you know, it's a delicate dance. You have to be careful how you deal with the cops. If you come across as life-threatening, then you will be exterminated. If you come across as compassionate and concerning at the same time, mildly physical, like giving him a little push, get off his neck, then you are not life threatening and you will live through the event. If the other cops aren't so stupid that they pull a gun and shoot you. Anyway, so there's a lot of that. But this guy with the black umbrella, as soon as I saw that, I was thinking there's symbolism in there. The black umbrella represents something, and I decided to go into it and look. The black umbrella just happens to represent shielding the elite from scrutiny and basically hiding the elite. When a person has a black umbrella, it symbolizes the protection of the sun god Ra, and it means covering the elite from scrutiny. Okay, and I've looked this up under interpreting black umbrellas in dreams. The black umbrella used in Satanism, the Illuminati relation to the black umbrella. I looked at all this crap. This dude was a plant. Very, very likely he was paid by somebody in the cabal to initiate this riot. And he did, because you get people spun up enough, then they're going to follow, especially uneducated morons that think that buying a pack or stealing a package of socks helps bring the life back of somebody who was killed. That's the kind of thing we got. Susan Q, how you doing? Good to see you. So you'll see. Just checking here. There were concerned, compassionate citizens begging and pleading for the murder cop to stop. He didn't even care. That's why I say sometimes you have to give them a nudge. Then you can be. Here's what you call uncomfortably close. People have a space that they need. And drop it like it's Scott. Oh man, that's all your umbrellas are black. Okay, brother. Whatever. So, anyway, so you can be uncomfortably close, and a person will tend to back up and react. So if you go standing very, very close to him and say you need to get off his neck, there will be a reaction, a drawback, and that sometimes may be all it takes to get the situation resolved. But like I said, I can't have every answer, but I can tell you that I would have intervened and it wouldn't have been a video on YouTube for everybody's enjoyment. Floyd was murdered near a garbage can. Let's see, garbage can bin with 666 painted on it in the colors of the red and black. Coincidence? Nothing's a coincidence. Everything's planned. But here's the deal. The guy with the black umbrella was a plant. He was sent in to start this riot. So it worked. And here's the other thing. Apparently the mayor activated the National Guard, but then never brought them in to quell the violence. He also gave a stand down order to his police department and his fire department. What the hell is that about? The people that had nothing to do with the killing of this man lost their businesses. The people that worked there lost their jobs. None of that stops the cop. None of that brings back the life of the man that was killed. I heard there's more Antifa flying into the airport this morning. Yeah, Antifa's going to be hitting the ground. They are the paid mercenary army of the deep state. All right, Phil C., how you doing? Good to see you. Unicorn Riot on Twitter has been live. Yeah, I've seen that. Unicorn Riot. You guys need to go check that out. But anyway, so there's a lot going on, and we can say that everything is based on the killing of this man that, unarmed, subdued, and murdered, basically. We can say that all this is because of that. Ines, how you doing? But I think that there's a little bit of a combination. I think that there has been an explosion of people's anger because of being locked down, unemployed, losing everything they have, no good sign of a solid future because of the COVID fiasco that has been perpetrated upon everybody. And so I think some of this is just people at their wits' end and blowing a gasket. But I am all in favor of protesting, and protesting to the point of disrupting life. Donnie Newman, and you can be sure Al Sharpton is going to show, of course, anything to continue the race baiting. So the culmination of people losing their minds. Oh, missed. Oh, quick check of Penny the Patriot. There she is. Say hi. Okay. We were just post government of Cali flying and positive COVID part from Mexico hospitals there. Okay. All right. Anyway, so I think people are at their wits' end, and if you look around, it's pretty much the inner cities that are erupting. The problem is, it only takes one person to instigate a riot in a wound up crowd when they're already spun up. One person does something stupid, and then many people follow. I don't think they realize that what they're doing is not helping any situation. It's putting them in a bad light, but it's also accomplishing another thing, and that is the deep state, the cabal, the New World Order, whoever you want to call them, are desperate to have us fighting in the streets. It's part of the 16-year plan. They want us at each other's throats. If we're fighting each other, then we're not worrying about what they're doing in the background. And a lot of what they're doing in the background is absolutely illegal and corrupt. One fine example of that is during these riots and during the confusion of a cop murdering a man, the Nancy Pelosi has decided that they're going to vote by proxy. They're going to do vote by mail, and one Democrat even voted 7 times on a bill. What the hell is this stuff's about? John, what I'm waiting for is the body cam footage that either the cops and or the news media is not showing. The cops did perform proper policy. They have the right to neck kneel. Yeah, that neck kneel is that's not a right in every precinct or every region. I do know that for a fact. There are specific policies, even in the military, that there are no neck kneels, no body kneels. You're actually supposed to be able to restrain the limbs, which means the legs and the arms, but you're not supposed to kneel or restrain the torso or the neck. Some of the body cams are out. I just saw a video of it right before I went live. I saw that somebody posted it, but I haven't watched it yet. Yes, Matrix has you. Yeah, the globalists are pushing chaos to impose martial law. They are. This is all part of the 16-year plan that Donald Trump disrupted, but he only disrupted it and delayed it, but they're still moving forward. All of the last 3 years of Watch the Birdie over in Russia with collusion and everything was specifically designed so that China could get all of their assets in place and get everything strategically in order so that they can make their move. because it was watch Russia over here while China gets ready. China is the one that's going to end up being, they're going to be the ones taking us to war, the next war. Can I post? After I get done with the video, I'll see if I can grab the link off of it, and I'll throw it in the chat down below. Well, let me see here, because I don't want to lose it. Let me see if I can find it. It just came up right before I went live. I mean, I saw it and I flipped over to my StreamYard and went live. Look here. See if I can get it. I just typed it in. Minnesota Park Police released new body cam footage. All right. Hold on just a minute. We'll see if we can do it this way. We'll bear with me. Just takes a minute and we'll have it. I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share and we'll do it that way. And let me get my configuration changed here. See all that I got to do for you folks. It's all out of love. All right, let's open that up and we'll play that.
Investigators say the Memorial Day encounter started with a call about a customer trying to pass a counterfeit bill at a South Minneapolis market. New tonight, WCCO's Aaron Hasansada explains what just released body camera video shows.
Why is the man who killed George Floyd not in jail?
Well, the Minneapolis mayor calls for an arrest.
The officer who had his knee,
the same mayor that stood down the cops in the fire department
of George Floyd, should be charged.
Investigators are reviewing the events leading up to George Floyd's death. Some shown in this video of police getting Floyd out of his SUV. The video ends before he's moved.
There's already excessive going on right there. The guy had his arms showing that he's empty, so the guy gets mad.
The fired officers questioning Floyd. This vantage point shows that at one point, all four officers worked together. The attorney representing the
Floyd family called for Fish
to be charged.
Damn.
New documents show when paramedics started working on Floyd in the ambulance, he was already unresponsive and pulseless. Medics tried to revive Floyd at the hospital with a shock monitor, but could not.
I was glad to see the Minneapolis Police Department took quick action and removed the officers involved from their positions. But this is not the end of the story as we seek justice for George Floyd.
The Hennepin County Attorney's Office says it is working with the BCA and medical examiner to gather and review all evidence. Other state officials promise a swift, fair investigation.
I can also
speak up.
Assure you that if we do see any evidence of a lack of fairness, that we'll raise those issues.
Some community leaders highlight that history was made in the officer firings themselves, but for many, justice means prosecution.
I want to make it clear to the community, all of us here want justice. We want them found guilty.
Aaron Hasansada, WCCO 4 News.
All right.
We reached out to the union representing the officers. Union leaders have asked the public not to jump to conclusions, but have not commented further at this time.
All right. Well, there's that one. Let's see. Deidre, how you doing? All right. So there is a couple of cameras. I don't know. Some of that was body cam, I guess, but a lot of it was still the cell phone cameras. I see that something's going on with Bobby, diagnosed with cancer. I will keep him in my prayers. I hope everything gets corrected quickly. That's not good. Am I the only one that knows this stuff happens? And I'm not surprised in the least bit. Can't believe it hasn't happened again since this happened. In Illinois, officials that recently attended a large meeting all confined due to COVID. Yeah. Imagine that. Keep the cops off the street. But Anyway, so let me grab this again and move it because I got to be able to keep half an eye on my D Live over here. You guys have been doing a lot of talking. Ronald Rodriguez, how you doing? Gunner Grandma, good to see you. Signs of Illuminati, yep. All right, so anyway, the fact that we've got rioting going on in other cities tells me that there's more to this. Like I've been saying, that we are reaching a tipping point. But again, it's Bobby is how I met DVP. Oh, cool. Yeah, Deplorable Bobby is a YouTuber, so please make sure you get over there and drop some prayers on him. Let's get him through this, and see how we get things figured out. Because nobody deserves that ever. Cancer is a nasty thing, and people are going to be really, really pissed when they find out that they've had the cure for cancer for about 15 years or more, probably closer to 20 years, but they keep it suppressed because they don't want to lose their funding. But anyway, so the blue cities are collapsing under their own weight. These Democrat tyrannical leaders that are trying to keep people hammered down are finding out that their control is nothing more than an illusion, and the people are going to start taking these cities back. I'm hoping that they can do it in a way like I've been describing, where you disrupt their daily activity, protesting in massive numbers within the Capitol buildings to prevent movement. There's nothing illegal about that. There's nothing violent about it. You are just taking up space. And when you take up enough space, you disrupt the function of that organization. So filling a state capitol with people, thousands of people, so that they can't even leave their offices to go do daily work. You disrupt the daily activity to the point where they can't do their job. Then they have to sit down and listen, and changes will come. But violence, tearing down cities, blowing up buildings, and shooting people, all that is stupid. There is a time with the refreshing of the tree of liberty, but I swear to God, we're not there yet. There is still plenty of time to take care of things in a civil, peaceful, annoying manner. And we have that God-given right to do that in the First Amendment. So people need to keep a level head and watch for riot instigators. They need to be shut down. Defend against the provocateurs. This is another covert method used to destroy nations. They don't do it with armies, invasions. Yeah, they do it with the people themselves. They rile up the people. And Umpire Post, good to see you. Oh, the way it is, just the Democrat cities that are burning, yet they will continue to vote the same way. Right. And I don't understand that. They see what is being done to them. The problem is that they will instigate somebody to go start a riot so that they can burn down the cities. They'll stand down their police officers. They'll stand down their firefighters. They'll say, oh, we're going to bring up the National Guard, but we're going to set them up for coffee and crumpets 6 blocks away from the event and leave them staged over there. So what they're doing is they're saying, okay, we don't mind the citizens burning down your business and basically firing your employees, as long as we get the point across. And besides, after it's all done, we'll blame Trump. That's how this game works. And people believe that crap. Sorry to hear that, Mama B. Yeah, I lost my dad 6 years ago to cancer. So, but one thing that he did was he told them to stay the hell away from him with chemotherapy. My dad was a physician, and chemo, no, that's not good stuff. I'm not a physician, but I won't go near it. If I get cancer, it's going to be radiation, fine, but no chemo. Screw that shit. Anyway, huh? Now, my wife's dad died of lung cancer also, but they chemoed the hell out of him, so he wasn't much left of him when he was gone. Anyway, so if you guys haven't yet, please jump over to my D Live and join me over there. Follow me over there. And it's not a real riot when you're 6 feet from your victim. Well, and, you know, at least they're wearing their face masks. They don't have to enforce that as much. Huh. And I bet you now they wish they didn't have so many face masks, but it'll be interesting to see if they'll even try to identify the thieves and the criminals that turn this opportunity of somebody's death into a new T-shirt and a 65-inch flat screen TV. The whole thing is stupid. Yeah, I already heard it's Trump's fault. Yep. Well, the extinction of the dinosaurs was Trump's fault. So that's pretty sad. I think that President Trump should have stayed away from the dinosaurs so that he wouldn't risk their fall. He went through laser chemo. That's interesting. I wonder what there's no cure. Huh. Interesting. False flags, engineered events. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what's going on. But the other thing going on in the news is finally there's an executive order being signed that's going to put a light over the details and the activity of the social media pages. Unfortunately, after constant tweets and emails and videos and everything talking about how we're being censored, it took the president being fact-checked directly before he decided to jump in and do something. That's a little annoying because it's been allowed to continue for a very long time, and all that is being done right now is it develops scrutiny, and it questions the legitimacy of the 203 law that is allowing the social media to edit people's sites. So I don't know what's going to come of it. It'll be interesting to see. I don't even know if the president's director of the FCC has been confirmed yet in Congress. Everybody's being delayed. Can you believe we're almost at the end of a first term of 4 years, and there has been so much delay and resistance of getting his cabinet in order that he still doesn't have his entire cabinet filled? I mean, that's just astonishing. It's never been heard of before. This is insane. The Democrats are absolute criminals, and it's crazy. Oh, George, beware. Oh, it may not have popped up yet. Be live. Thank you. Appreciate that. 12B was at the store yesterday. Most everyone was wearing a mask. I was trying not to laugh. Yeah, I don't wear one. Now, the exception to that rule is we went into my wife's appointment for her, find out why she's having such massive coughing flare-ups. And I did wear a mask in there because there's a lot of people with very sensitive respiratory issues that go to this clinic. So, yeah, if my bad breath is a risk of setting somebody off, then I have no problem wearing a mask in that environment. But when I go to Walmart, when I go to wherever, I ain't wearing a mask. Nope, not going to happen. I'm going to piss people off, too, if they come at me and say, you need a mask on. I'm sorry, what? Our area is pretty well over that anyway. Too many in cities have very little to lose. Yeah, that's true. And it gives them even more motivation to go get that 65-inch TV. What's really going on behind the scenes? The riot is to distract us. Gunner Grana? Yes. Have you noticed anything going on in the South Pacific, the South China Sea? Kind of looks like war footing, doesn't it? Well, that would be a great thing to be distracted from at this point. Let them finish getting all their chess pieces in order while we're distracted and fighting each other in the streets. But here's one thing I will say, though. There's some unity. I don't condone any of this destroying what somebody else has just because you're pissed. But I have noticed the crowds look like salt and pepper shakers. There are white people and black people, and they are united in this thing. So this whole push that the Democrats do to divide based on race is starting to slip away. Racism is an ignorant thing, and 9 times out of 10, it's very uneducated people that actually are the ones that are racist. They're dumbed down. They're raised in a society, in a group where they are taught what to hate, what to like. Going to get a haircut in about an hour. Called me a few minutes ago and told me that I had better be wearing a mask or they won't let me in. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like let capitalism sort it out. If a business doesn't want you in there, if you don't have a mask, then go to the business that'll let you in there when you don't have a mask. Capitalism is a powerful tool. That's why I've always said, let business do exactly what they want. Like that bakery that didn't want to do the cake or do the photographs for the gay wedding, so they sued them. I say don't sue them. I mean, don't allow a lawsuit. If they don't get the cake made there, they go to the next bakery and that person will do it for them. The same thing can be done in every practice, even with racism. If somebody goes into a restaurant and the owner has the audacity to say, we don't serve black people in here, then okay, don't sue them, just close them. Let capitalism weed out the ignorant of the masses. Go to the next restaurant where they welcome you with open arms and say, come on in, what can we get you today? Because capitalism will take care of the slime of the earth. If a business is racist, if they're bigoted, okay, don't sue them. Just tell your friends about them. It works. Capitalism is incredible. You don't even have to have laws to make capitalism work. Laws are just put there because the people in the House and the Senate have to justify their job. And so they make their articles and edicts and, amendments and all that other crap. But it's just a big game, really. But anyway, so I don't know, where am I at? 43 what? Did I miss something, Dirk? Chauvin has been taken into custody, or is that a rumor? Who is that? History repeats, fall of Rome. Mama B, you got it. But it's up to the people to keep the structure up. And so far, we're not doing a good job of it, at least in the liberal cities. But they've been brought up this way. They've been brought up to hate. They've been brought up to hate their neighbor. They've been brought up to hate anybody that the left tells them to hate, and they act on it. Radioactive, welcome to the New World Order. Yeah, I can still resist. Fight the power. More cowbell. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Anyway, so you guys kind of see what's going on. I hope you get my interpretation of it and you see where I come from all of this. And now, as far as the last week has gone, I'm going to explain a little bit about me, because I don't talk about me much, because it's not about me, it's about you guys, it's about what's going on in the world. But this is what was going on. As you know, I am 100% disabled, and I fought the VA for 17 and a half years. When I got my injury, I was almost done with my commitment in the Army, and instead of allowing me to re-enlist so I could go into a medical board, they allowed me to be expired. My term expired and basically kicked me out, and then the military lost all of my records. Everything that even showed that I had ever been in the Army, they got rid of them. And it turned out that a friend of mine that was still active duty found something on his desk with my Social Security number on it. So he came forward for me, and then the ball started rolling, and they all of a sudden found some of my military records. And the Department of the Navy, I was actually in an emergency room with couldn't move my legs, so I'd sat down, and I kind of slipped and fell into the chair, so I couldn't move, and went to the Navy emergency room, and they called the Department of the Army to get me extended so that they could put me in a medical board and medical hold. And the Department of the Army said no. So they shoveled me off to the VA. So that's a synopsis. The VA, I fought with them for 17 and a half years because my back was broken in 11 places, and they kept telling me I was faking it. And, you know, once I got my surgery, the doctor said there was no excuse in the world that I was able to walk. So they did my surgery, and now I have a back full of titanium, probably enough titanium to build a Russian submarine. So anyway, so that's what happened. And in the 17 and a half years, there's a little thing called back pay, and I did get it. And when we got it, we used it to pay off our property, and we went to Turkey and took my kids out of the country for a while to show them another part of the world before they were grown up and gone. And anyway, so we did a few things, and we got a few of the things that we desired in our lives. One of those being a Harley Davidson, and it's a heritage softail, and it's absolutely exquisite. It's at the it's my cover page, or my cover picture for my Facebook. But anyway, so about 3 years ago, I realized that holding that bike up, my legs have gotten really weak because of the nerve damage. So holding the bike up it was becoming impossible. And there are two things that I will not negotiate on, and that's the safety of my wife and the protection of my bike. And I risked both of those by continuing to ride without the ability to hold it up when we stopped, or to lean into a curb and catch the bike if I had to put a foot down. So the bike has been sitting, and so we've decided that we were going to replace it. So we did, and we traded our bike, my Kia, and a box van that I had for when I was doing odd jobs, and we got ourselves one of those Jeep Gladiators. So this last week, we've been working on this deal because I had to get my truck cleaned out. I've got to get my bike cleaned up and running and getting everything good on it because it's been sitting for a while. So we're doing all that. We've been straightening up the property, getting it ready. So a lot going on. But anyway, so we got ourselves the Gladiator, and we're going to use that, do some traveling and stuff. I'm going to make a piggyback camper that's going to slide into the back of it so that we can travel with it and still tow our boat behind it. But so that's been what's going on. And also, I think you guys know that Pete's wife's dad passed away. And so we, obviously letting them take care of that. That's a hard time. And that's why we weren't here on Wednesday night. So I'm hoping, without any pressure whatsoever to Pete, I know it takes some time to get over a loss of a family, but I'm hoping that on Monday, he and I can get back here together for the open panel and discuss some things with you folks directly, let you guys come and hang out with us and that kind of thing. But we'll see how things go. I'm not going to push him. I'm going to let him take all the time they need to deal with it. He is going to be on today. All right, awesome. So welcome back, Pete. I'm glad to hear that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one a little bit short because I do need to go into town, and we've got to see if we can set up an appointment to get this truck rhino lined in the back. Yeah, Harley, yeah, they did kind of sell out, but mine's a 2010, and at least I got it before they did. But here's the funny thing. I need to put a fuel pump on it because fuel pumps go bad when they've been sitting. It has been reported a lot of immigrants from Somalia have participated in the riots. Well, imagine that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But anyway, so yeah, we fully dressed out the bike, but the fuel pump at Harley is $417, and that's just stupid. And then to get it online is $100, and Harley says they can't get it for 2 weeks because I have such an old bike. But in online, I can get it in 4 days. So I mean, the whole thing is just stupid. Oh, you got a Harley Davidson? Oh, well, we're going to charge the shit out of you then. Screw that. I'm not into it. Just because it's a Harley doesn't mean it should be ripping people off upside down and inside out and backwards. So, but anyway, I love the bike. We have no qualms about that ever, about owning the bike. I absolutely love it. Took it up to Sturgis. We've been to Daytona. We've been to the Dragon's Tail up in the Blue Ridge Mountains, North Carolina, and all that. So we really got a good time out of it. But now I have something I don't have to hold up, and we can still pop the top off and go open to the world. Philip Turner, good to see you, brother. CNN reporter getting arrested on live. Okay, so it did happen. So let's get off of here and let's see if we can all go find that video and laugh. Anyway, all right, you guys. A little bit about what's going on, a little bit about me this time. Alex, buy a fuel pump, PayPal him. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna order it. I gotta pop the tank off the bike so I can get under there and see the fuel pump and see exactly what number it is, so I don't do something stupid and end up getting the wrong one. Colino just dropped ice cream on me. Thank you very much. Jam of jelly. Right on. Just followed me. Cool. All right, you guys. That's all I got this time. We're going to see you guys Sunday night for Inside Veterans Affairs. I haven't done it in about 3 weeks because of weather. Please let me have good weather so I can get some veterans news out there this weekend. Anyway, so there's where we're going to end it. And thank you all for coming. Appreciate my mods posting my links. Love you guys and stay in the fight.